coming true. DJ Nero.
My name is DJ Nero. Obviously, I'm a DJ based in Belfast, United Kingdom. Well, I've always loved music and I've always been listening to music. And, you know, I love people being entertained, and this is something I've been doing for years. And I never thought about, you know, commercializing it. But it got to that stage. I said to myself, you know, Nero, this is something you can do. People are happy around you. You love seeing people happy. And I went into it. I said to myself, I called a few friends. I was like, you know what? I love this thing. I would like to do it. And they said to me, yeah, that's fine. You know, we could work together. Did a bit of studying online and, you know, speak to my friends, practicalize it with my friends and, you know, went DJing, got the gears together and, with no time, you know, I got there, and obviously that was because I was focused and I love it. That was how I got into it, and I'm happy. People are happy when I DJ, so that's the motivation. I'm happy, so I'm there.
DJ Nero.
Festival that I'd like to play. Well, if I'm not being forward, I would love the Grammys. That's a good one. The Notting Hill Carnival, which is also a good festival in England. But obviously, as a DJ, I would like to play among top DJs, which I reckon, we all have our mentors. So I've got some few DJs which I would like to work with, and, you know, whatever festival they come up with, I would like to work with them. I've always loved this homeboy back home, Jimmy. He's called Jimmy Jat. I know a lot of people know him. I like Jimmy a lot. He's been DJing since I've been little, and there was this year, this homeboy came to Nigeria, 50 Cent, and he was there. He was the actual guy that anchored the event, and I've always looked up to him. I've always, like, you know, want to be like him. But obviously he's been doing this for years, and I said to myself, then I was little, but I was there. I actually went there, you know, I attended the interview, the actual concert, and I said to myself, I would like to, you know, work like this guy, be like this guy. And today, Jimmy is there. Jimmy is, you know, he's a big man. Everybody know him, and he's still my mentor. And hopefully one of these days, I've met a couple of guys he trained as well, which they're doing really good. So one of these days, obviously, I'm looking to, you know, link up with him and then see what we can do. I was at the Notting Hill at some point, and I usually go there, not even at some point. I go mostly every year, and I see this this guy, what's it called? DJ Abbas. That's another top DJ I would always, you know, look up to, and I felt really privileged to, you know, to stand next to them doing it. I didn't get to perform, but DJ Abbas was there, and that's Notting Hill Carnival. It was great. I was there. I looked up. I was happy with myself, and I was glad to be invited as a DJ as well. My trick, I'll tell you. First thing I'll say to any upcoming DJ. Well, I'm still upcoming myself, no doubt. But one thing I would say is you have to be focused. And you have to, what I do, I'll tell you, as a DJ, I learn new things every day. And I always have like a notepad next to myself. And whatever inspiration, whatever thing that comes to my mind, I note it down. So that's one thing I would say documentation. It's a good thing to do, but a lot of people just overlook it, thinking it's not necessary. But for me, it is. I jot down whatever comes to my mind. Even at times I'm on my bed, I'm sleeping, and the inspiration comes. It might be music, it might be some effect, it might be some things I could think about. Things I could do on my controller or on my decks, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'll go right now. I've got a studio downstairs, so I go there. I implement it straight away, and, you know, you don't let things pass by. That's the trick. You know, a lot of things come to your mind. You just have to, like, you know, strike it and be focused and set a goal You need to set a goal. I have my own style of DJ. I mean, because I try to bring together different type of tunes and from different section of music. For example, I do Afrobeats, I do R&Bs, and I do hip hop, and I try as much as I can to to blend them up together, and they sound good, which is amazing. And it's difficult for some DJs, but it's easy for me because not that easy. I went through the training, and obviously it's helping me. And I like that button on my controller that calls my name. You keep calling my name and it keeps saying it over and over. It keeps saying coming through DJ Nero. It's one of those buttons I love, and I use it a lot because I use that button to, communicate with the crowd. And I mean, obviously it's a sign of advert for me as well. Doing a good job. Obviously I need to, communicate that with my fans. Well, I love this guy, and I keep using him every time. I mean, Efe Jokuni, it's a sign, it's a symbol that that speak about me. It says more about me because the reason why I use it is it make people. I try to let people know that when I'm DJing, you dance till you fall, just to make everyone understand what it means. It's as simple as that. Well, mistakes, yeah. I mean, everyone makes mistakes, but there are some mistakes you don't make because they're quite obvious. Beat matching, that's a big side of DJing, and I see a lot of DJs they just don't care about it. They probably, maybe they care, or maybe they don't. I truly can't say, but I see some of them dropping tunes over tunes, and they don't match. You need to work with your beats. Well, being a DJ is something that calls people's attention. You won't, obviously it's going to change your lifestyle. The way you used to live, whereby you go to places and people probably just walk past. By the time you start DJing, people get to, you get to know so many people and they want to know you. So I would say if you're an upcoming DJ, be prepared to, to meet so many people. Be prepared to, balance a lot of things friendship wise, because some friends might say the other way around, but you need to make them understand it's your profession and it's something you're doing, and obviously it will change your lifestyle. And so for upcoming DJs, it's as simple as this. Just be focused, and you have to go through the difficult side of it, because I went through it. Beat matching, I said that before, it's something really difficult. I went through it, and you have to be able to you need to know how to do it, and you need to use your common sense as well. So, but again, it's all training, and it's all determination, and it's all being focused. I mean, height-wise, I'm happy with I wouldn't say any height, because I'm quite tall, so I like my deck to be a bit high. It should be high enough. Just I won't be, I'm not fussy about that, because obviously I can walk in any atmosphere as long as it doesn't affect my back. I see other DJs, dropping tunes over tunes, and these tunes just don't blend. And you don't do that. I mean, some just believe you could maybe just scratch some tunes over another tune. But again, you can do that, but you don't just scratch a tune over a tune when they don't match. You need to at least, try to marry them, try to blend them together. If it's going to cost you reducing the tempo, you do it just to make sure the beat matches. Because if they don't match, for someone like me, it sounds horrible. But some people might walk in there. If you're not DJing, you might not really see the mistakes. But it's just been, as I said to you before, just be focused. Try as much as you can to spend more time on beat matching, because that's the key thing when you're DJing. So you need to be able to do that. Scratching, dropping beats, and then pulling effects, and scratching from behind. These are things you can bring in when you know the actual necessary side of it. Because if you don't, and you're thinking about the other side of it, then you're gonna mess up big time. Finally, I would say my truthful advice to DJs or upcoming DJs will be focused, and try as much as possible to do your own do your own research. Because obviously you have a mentor, but you need to do your own research and work on them, and don't allow any thoughts or any new instincts that come to you. Don't let them pass by. As I said to you earlier on, note it down. You know, if possible, it might be too late at times, or maybe you're not close to where your gears are, but again, try as much as possible to implement them as quickly as possible, because leaving them behind, you might forget, or maybe it might be a skill. It might be something you just feel, well, if I do this, this could make a better sound or a better way for me, but leaving it behind without implementing it straight away might, so be focused. Set a time for yourself. Just say to yourself, okay, by this date, because I did it. I said to myself at some point when I wanted to start, I said to myself, I will do this. And I set a date. I said to myself, by this date, which obviously was my birthday, I said I have to be able to do this. So it made it much easier for me. But without setting a goal, then you might not really achieve what you intend to achieve. Maximum respect to my own boy, Shantiman, Bashop TV. Thank you very much for having me. It's your homeboy still. It's DJ Nero. I'll keep making you proud, and big up, Shantiman, respect.
Coming true, DJ Nero.
Hell yeah, hey DJ, bring that back. Keep telling me this and telling me that. You say once you take me with you, I never go back. Now I got a lesson.